See that? That there is water. It's real wet. Wettest water I've ever seen, equal to all other water. It's wetness level that I've seen. Hi, I'm Craig. Today's video is not at all about water. There's geese over there. See them? Wait, let me see them? Oh geez, I shouldn't have brought the wide angle lens. Look out for that minimalism video. That should be coming out real soon. It's a 17, 18 minuter. It's a big one. I talk to several people about minimalism, about why people like it, what's good about it, what maybe it doesn't do. Also, we're on the last day of our zero waste month. We definitely didn't go completely zero waste. It was a big learning experience. I feel like it's a video that could be like 12 videos. There's so much to talk about when it comes to zero waste. All the little things you can do to reduce the amount of waste you create, but also then look deeper into like how much are you actually reducing and what can an individual really do versus what needs to be done, you know, on a corporate level, on a government level, on a global level to really have an impact. There's so much you can talk about when it comes to that stuff. And this was really just a learning experience. I'm not even saying everyone should do it. I'm really just trying to find out the truth. That's when I'm doing any of these experiments, I'm just trying to find out the truth. Or these why do people like videos. I try not to shy away from both or all sides of an argument as best I can, while also not going too deep into the weeds about stuff. Because when you do that, then you know people will get bored or tune out, or you don't want to. You know, there's a balance. You have to go into detail, but there's always things I leave out in all of these videos because I'm trying to make this for a general audience. There are many people who this may be their first exposure to anything like zero waste, the idea of zero waste. There's some people who are probably like, what? People do that? And then there's some people who are probably like, another zero waste. And you have to balance all that. And then, you know, like going vegan, for instance. I began the vegan video, but with a definition of what veganism is. Just to make sure everyone got on the same page for my thinking about it. But also, there are probably people out there who did not know what veganism was. That was their first. They may have heard the word, but they didn't know exactly what it was. So whenever I'm doing these, it's always tricky to, like, the minimalism video is going to have some stuff about what an individual can do versus how much impact that truly has, just like the zero waste video will. And you can go in so many different directions. I could have spent an entire video on minimalism just talking about, you know, government policy on being wasteful, just like with zero waste. And then it gets really political, and I'm not afraid to get too political necessarily, but I also got to pick and choose what the focus of a video is. Otherwise, it gets a little scattery. You know what I'm saying? I'm learning things as I do all of these longer videos that I've been doing this past year. I'm learning like to try not to shy away from criticism, or things that are critical about what I'm doing, address it head on, and every time I do, I'm always met with contradiction and issues that I know will never please everybody, no matter what you do or say. Sometimes the best option is to just leave it out, don't mention certain things, but even when you do that, then you'll have people who will say, I noticed that you did not talk about this, and then, you know, it's just tough when you're making a thing that can be commented on by literally anybody in the world and be seen by anyone in the world, coming from all walks of life, as long as they have access to the internet and can speak the language, unless, you know, I do my job and get the subtitles out there, and then the translator machine makes it understandable for everybody. New challenge we're about to begin is we're going to attempt to do 10,000 steps every single day. We're doing it in collaboration with Natalie Dawn and Jack Conti, the Pamplemousse. I don't know if Jack's going to do it. He apparently had an injury. but we're going to attempt 10,000 steps every day. Some people say that's not that big of a challenge. Why not go for 15,000, 20,000? I agree that, you know, if it were just me and the video was about like how much of a challenge it could be, then yes. But that's not necessarily, when I do these challenge videos, it's not just about, ooh, let's see what if he can do it. It's also about learning practically, like, how practical is it and how easy is it to make sure every single day you get 10,000 steps for, not just for this video anyway, it's not just me, it's other people. And how does it make you feel? Does it affect your health? Am I going to feel different if I make sure I get it every time? Am I going to lose weight? I don't know. Or am I not going to feel different at all? But yet, most people agree the more activity you do, it's going to be better for you. That's not necessarily controversial. But am I going to feel better? And is it going to be... Because we bought Fitbits, not a sponsor, and I've been tracking lately, and I find that some days it's very easy to get 10,000 steps. Some days, especially when I'm sitting down and editing a video, like this minimalism video that I spent many days writing and editing, and those days it was a struggle to make sure I got steps, and there were a few days that I didn't get the 10,000 because I'm sitting at a desk or standing sometimes, but even standing, that's not taking steps. I'll try to walk in between and get up every once in a while, but those days it's hard. And I think that's the people who have to work at an office, the people who sit down for their job or drive a lot. It's going to be more challenging for people like that. It's not that practical. Like I jog and I bike. On the days I jog, it's pretty darn easy. But I understand that that's not easy to do every day for everybody. To get up and move and walk around a lot. There's a lot of issues at play here. And that's sort of just sort of analyzing that idea for this video. Seeing how easy it is. Talk about our specific experience. There'll probably be several times like at the end of the day where we're just like walking around the kitchen because it's going to get cold here in the Midwest. And going outside is not always great, which is another practical issue. Maybe I'll talk to a doctor or some expert. I already talked to Autumn Bates, who I talked to for the intermittent fasting video about walking, because that's something she talks about and thinks about a lot. May talk to someone else and talk about just the health reasons why you should walk more. And I'm sure most people will say that like 10,000 steps is not a magic number. It's just a goal that for a lot of people would require to put in a little extra effort, which is good for you. But generally it sounds like the more you walk in a day, the better. Like if you hit 10,000, it's not like it's going to be diminishing returns up to 15,000. It'll probably just be even better to keep going more. You don't want to dehydrate. You'll walk like 70,000 steps and keel over. Although I don't know, maybe I should just see how many steps I can get one day. It's like that's actually a pretty good idea. I'm glad we had this talk. Like I could at least one of the days just like walk. That might be dangerous. I'll look into it. Because I don't want to injure myself. I don't want to like completely like destroy my muscles. What's the most steps a human has walked in a day? Maybe I should try to make the world record. I'm probably not going to be able to do that. Anyway, it's Monday. Happy Monday. I do these videos every single weekday for patrons on Patreon. Sometimes the video's about a lot of the times it's about like what I'm editing and what I'm writing about. Sometimes it's just some random thing that's on my mind, something that China and I are watching on TV. Occasionally, it'll be me playing with my daughter. But that's what I do every single weekday on Patreon. And look out for that minimalism video. I'll probably put a link on the screen when it's out on here. And stay dry. That water over there, real wet.